obviously this is an election year.
Sure.
But if it were, I would be very, very proud because they voted the right way. Okay? The fact of the matter is the Dallas Cowboys are not America's team. They have no business being America's team. They haven't had any business being America's team for the last decade plus. And I am proud that the American people have come to the appropriate conclusion because it's what it needs to be. The fact is the Dallas Cowboys have one playoff victory in the last 17 years. The fact is they've been out of the playoffs the last 3 to 4 years. 3 consecutive years they've missed the playoffs on the last game of the regular season by losing to the division rival with the division on the line. And by the way, it was the other 3 teams in the division. 2 years ago, it was the Giants. Last year was the Redskins. This year was the Eagles. When it counts, they lose. That is not what America is all about, the greatest country in the world. That is not what's going to notice how I do that. That's what all the politicians do. That's what they do right here. They make that point. That is not what America represents. That is not what they stand for. We are not a mediocre nation. We have our mediocre moments, but we rise above the ashes. We rise up to the challenge, and we take the bull by the horn. We embrace challenges, and we conquer. This is what we do as a nation. And the team, America's team, is not supposed to be representing us that way. America's team should be the New England Patriots. That's right, I said it. With the All-American quarterback in Tom Brady, with the franchise that's been to 5 Super Bowls, with the franchise that's won 3 of those Super Bowls, with the franchise that has one of the greatest owners in sports in Mr. Robert Kraft, who, by the way, blessed me while reaching out to me over the holidays to say Merry Christmas and all of that other. So I am very touched by that.
Yeah, let me tell you
I have arrived because I love that man, because I respect him. And that's saying a lot from a native New Yorker with his team being in Boston. But that's how much respect that I have for his greatness, his leadership, because to me, the New England Patriots, and do you have any idea what this means for me to say this, a native New Yorker? The New England Patriots should be America's team. Let me tell you something right now. I saw this also on this poll about people knocking Tom Brady. They didn't like him too much. Let me tell you something right now. That is pure jealousy. Tom Brady looks really good.
Well, his
wife is fine and accomplished, by the way. Both of them are rich, and he is successful, okay? Tom Brady got it going on. A matter of fact, those Tom Ford blazers that I rock, I'm not going to lie to you. And it's deep coming from me. He looks better than me in those Tom Ford blazers.
No.
He most certainly does.
No. I think Stephen A. just answered the first question.
I know. I wasn't going to. Don't tell him that. It's fine.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Go ahead. So
I question the credibility of this poll.
Oh, boy.
741 votes, and you're taking this to the bank because 60% of 741 said Dallas does not deserve the label of America's team.
It should have been 100%.
I promise you, I could go back to your city, New York City, today and stop 741 people in the street, and I will bet you at least 60% would tell me Dallas is still America's team.
No, they won't.
Because I find, living as I do on the weekends in New York City, I find the Cowboys are as popular as the New York football Giants are in New York City.
Wow.
It's something about the uniforms. It's the entertainment value. They are still America's most loved and hated team. And by the way, in this little poll, they did come out the second favorite team in this poll.
In this little poll?
Yeah, this little poll, 741. That's pretty scientific, right?
Listen.
Okay.
Listen.
I think it ain't over for America's team. I don't think this poll closes the poll.
I'll give you this.
Okay.
If you're going by loved or hated, combination of the two, I can feel you on that, because there are those who love the Cowboys and there are those who hate them. I would say to you, when I think about America's team, I think about the United States of America, the greatest country on earth. And the way I look at it, I associate greatness with America. And I don't associate the Dallas Cowboys with greatness. So when I say they're not America's team, I'm not talking popularity. I'm talking credibility. And when I'm talking credibility, there's only one team in the NFL that I can look at, and they are the New England Patriots. It is just that simple. They have a great owner. They have a great coach. They have a great quarterback. All 3 are destined for the Hall of Fame. And as far as I'm concerned, they have been the closest thing to a paragon of virtue. Spygate and all, they are the closest thing to a paragon of virtue that we have seen in modern NFL history. They do what needs to be done to remain respectable at the very least. I applaud them.